Welcome, friends of the Grummels. Thank you for tuning in to Shinies and Luckydos. My name is Shirviu, and I'm here with Lhok, and today we come to you with a hopefully very exciting theory.
Yeah, as you may or may not be aware, the new Battle for Azeroth login screen hit the beta today. As you can see, we've been blessed by Blizzard's art team with this beautiful recreation of the aftermath of the Battle of Lordaeron. The entire scene is being illuminated by a bright light from the heavens, which is in stark contrast to the dreary fog below. Coupled with the Alliance versus Horde theme going on in the foreground, the scene really harkens back to Warcraft's roots with an almost fog of war vibe. What's really drawn our attention, though, is what's in the sky above the walls. At first glance, it may appear that they're birds way up there in the sky, but on closer inspection, we realize that the wingspan is just too large.
Crazy thing is, we actually happened to be in the Discord channel when the update hit, so we got to chatting right away about what those birds could be, pretty much within 10 minutes of it launching. We noticed that those birds really draw the eye to them with that bright light in the sky, and with all the small animations scattered throughout the whole login screen, those birds, or whatever they are, they definitely seem to have the most work put into their movements and their animation.
Our first thought was that it could be Valkyr, because we're getting a Halls of Valor vibe from the sky, but the bodies aren't quite the right shape. We discussed the possibility that they could be Fellbats, but again, seeing as Fellbats are roughly the same size as Griffin, we kind of threw that idea out too.
So we're both sitting in that Discord channel thinking, we're just puzzling over what they could be, and all of a sudden Lhok says to me, what if they could be dragons? Guys, I'm not sure if that's hitting you the same way it hit me, but I wish you could have seen my face, because my jaw literally dropped. When she said dragons, my brain starts going crazy. I'm like, I wish you could imagine the excitement in my voice, but I'm like, oh my god, Lhok. The Wrathgate cinematic. So we're both like, no way, no way, like, they can't be. And we start scrambling. We're trying to pull up YouTube. We're trying to find the Wrathgate cinematic and go exactly to where that point is in the video that we're thinking of in our brains. Hopefully you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But sure enough, we dug it up, we looked it over, and I'll show you what we saw. It's basically the end of the Wrathgate cinematic, and I'll pull it up here so you can compare it to the actual login screen, and I hope you guys notice what we noticed. So let's take a look at it here.
We're finished. No escape for any of us.
So, did you guys see what we saw? Yeah, dragons. As you can see, the artists have taken the cloud design to a not so good place. This is just too similar to the sky above the Dragonblight, especially around the edges where the clouds muddy into a red-grey.
With the Lich King and Alexstrasza both being heavily speculated to make appearances in BFA, it's really not looking good for the Undercity if these could be dragons. We really had to stop and think for a second, because honestly, the battle for Lordaeron is similar to the Wrathgate in a lot more ways than one. Think about it. First, we haven't seen the Blight used for war since Varimathras and Putris's betrayal back at the Wrathgate, and it's being used on both sides here to raise the Horde and Alliance troops. In fact, the Royal Apothecary Society who carried out that whole plot is still pretty fresh in people's minds right now, because a lot of players initially assumed that the Desolate Council might be something similar. That's actually a familiar name too, right? Varimathras. We haven't really seen much of him at all since his defeat in the battle for the Undercity. That's right. That scenario back in Wrath of the Lich King was actually called the Battle for the Undercity. And then, of course, Very Mathras, he finally makes his return. He makes an appearance in the final raid of Legion in Antorus. And, that's the encounter where he specifically does make reference to the events of the pre-patch. What was that quote again, Lhok?
When your thrones run red with betrayal, when your holy places burn and the shattered mask hangs above your hearth, only then will you know, and it will be too late.
Not to mention, I'm sure you guys have heard the rumors that both the Lich King and Alexstrasza may be picking a side in BFA. Now, whether or not that ends up being true is kind of beside the point, but the similarities between the Battle for Lordaeron and the Wrathgate all add up to one thing. If those creatures in the login screen sky are in fact red dragons, we could be in for one hell of a ride come BFA.
Yeah, and if they are dragons, they're probably coming back to purge the Undercity of the Blight that Sylvanas uses. So does this mean that the Alliance could actually have grounds to move back in and rebuild Lordaeron?
I don't know, man. It has some crazy implications. Like, what if they purge all of Tearsfall? What if they purge, like, Eastern Plaguelands? Like, we have no idea exactly what's happening here, but there's one thing for sure. Things are about to get real.
I know, and we haven't even seen the pre-patch yet.
It's true. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's blowing your guys' mind, but to really think about the Red Dragonflight being involved here is a little bit nuts.
Yep, but before we get too carried away, this is just our crazy theory, and we could be absolutely wrong about the entire thing. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'd love for you to share this video around with your friends. If you find it interesting, let us know in the comments below if you think we're utterly lost in the source. We're a new channel that's just sort of started up, and we do appreciate all the support that we've gotten from the community so far.
For more speculation like this, or if you want to pick our brains about anything else, please consider joining our Discord. We'll have a link to that in the description. We're always in there every single day talking about lore and speculation, and we love making new friends to puzzle over the deep mysteries of the Warcraft universe with.
Thanks for watching.
Bye!